Hey, welcome to the Ellen Sports Fans channel. I'm your host Shem. Along with me would be
Darren.
what's that it's hello there. But
Oh, guys, please just say more. That's fine.
nah,
What's that? Back like Harry Potter.
you want me to start again or you want left that in?
Left it in, man.
Huh?
Left it in.
All right,
Left it in.
cool.
If you start laughing, left it in. Yeah.
Exactly, natural man. Let me go. But
Yeah.
obviously we didn't plan to start like this. To lay a first video, be talking about this European Super League is not the light-hearted kind of topic and
Yeah.
scenery that you don't want to start on, but it's what's going on in football right now. So this is what we will gonna get into. So I again read out what the what basically the proposal is, so that both we on the same page and we thinking of it the same way.
Yeah.
All right,
And the
so
clubs that involved.
yeah, the main clubs. They using the exact press release from the Super League on the 18th of April 2021. Where so 12 of Europe's leading football clubs have today come together to announce they have agreed to establish a new midweek competition, the Super League, governed by its founding clubs. AC Milan, Arsenal FC, Atletico de Madrid, Chelsea FC, FC Barcelona, FC Internacional, Internazionale Milano, Juventus FC, Liverpool FC, Manchester City, Manchester United, Real Madrid CF, and Tottenham Hotspur have all joined as founding clubs. It is anticipated that a further three clubs will join ahead of the inaugural season, which is intended to commence as soon as practicable. Fast forward, fast forward, fast forward. Going forward, the founding clubs look forward to holding discussions with UEFA and FIFA to work together in partnership to deliver the best outcomes for the new league and for football as a whole. The competition format would be 20 participating clubs with 15 founding clubs as a qualifying mechanism for a further 5 teams to qualify annually based on achievements in the prior season. In terms of the money, in addition to the competition, um, there would be a 10 billion that they anticipate to receive in TV rates. Yep.
Real money. Jeez, boy.
And it's in addition to the competition, we built on a sustainable financial foundation with all the founding clubs signing up to the spending framework. In exchange, that's important, we can get to that later. In exchange for their commitment, founding clubs will receive amount, an amount of 3.5 billion solely to support their infrastructure investment plans and to offset the impact of the COVID pandemic. So the basic trying to say is because of the pandemic. You got other stuff in the press release, but
Yeah,
this
no,
is
I read it.
a bedtime story, so I can leave out the rest.
Yeah.
So we what's
I
the
hear
overall thoughts
Schalke.
on it? Mm-hmm.
Well, to me, I just basically feel it's just a money grab though,
Mm-hmm.
because they're eliminating the competition, as in you see the relegation, right?
Yeah.
That's one of the things I don't like. The
Mm-hmm.
plan that they put forward, I can understand and I can get with it, but with the founding clubs not having not well, they don't be ready. Let me start again. With the founding clubs,
Yeah.
all 15, say like one of the teams finish dead last each year. Each year,
Yeah.
each year, and you support that club. You see how much heat you would get?
Yep. Yep.
And say that
And
a
the
team,
thing is,
yeah,
as you said,
talk.
right, the competition is that it's so crazy to me because obviously when we create a channel, you know, we into sports, we into so much different things. Even you play
Yeah,
fantasy Premier League, and it's all about competition. That's why
yeah,
we even planned to start the channel as just a football channel, but it was like, what,
yeah,
we into so much different things, and once there's competition, we just be there. So to hear now that
yeah,
them basically trying to take away the competition from it
exactly.
is like the essence of the sport gone. It's so cowardly and so twisted that okay, I could get with change, right? But
Yeah.
for you to have these people, because the driving force behind it is basically
I say
people that
the
outside,
Americans.
yeah, and not
Yes.
just Americans too, but people that ain't really football fans, whether they're American,
That.
German, whatever the case may be. But obviously, we know this is a real. I just don't like to say American in the sense of you don't want to seem like you're being biased to a nation. But you're right. At
Oh,
the end of the day, this is what it is American. You understand? And you know that Americans was never really football people.
no.
So to see that them coming in now and trying to destroy what built football is like, whoa. Now, if you were the
Yeah.
person to have built football and you want to take it in another direction, cool. But it's stealing it. So because them had the money to afford the club, them buy the club and now just want to change in the entire direction of the sport. And this is why I blame the Prem, the UEFA, the FA,
Yeah.
and all of them too.
FIFA.
Because
Yeah.
exactly because the what happened is that they didn't have the foresight to let me say put certain things in place to stop this from happening. So when the Glazers buy my club, Manchester United, on debt, they may have a
Yeah.
problem with it because them getting
Nope.
everything and they getting money. So they may have no problem with it at all, right? So now these type of people could come in that just into it for the money and change up the whole structure. And the only reason now that they're so much against it, and obviously they're gonna try to say that yes, it's about the moral aspect, but we know it's also about the cheese
Yes.
because that's why all the ministers and people in parliament keeping noise
Yeah.
about it. The prime minister, people that
Because
was
they ain't
not
get.
even talking about football. Exactly,
Yep.
exactly.
They ain't getting
But
no.
but how you feel about it as an international fan or somebody that obviously well you could get a background on yourself cause you know
Mhm.
you're international
Yeah. I
no
said,
but you're from there. But how you
my
feel
thing
as
is,
a somebody that can't go as a fan to games, how you feel about it?
to me, it takes a bit from the game though. Cause like I said, suppose a team that is one of the teams that's qualified to get in the league.
Mm,
Say they win it, they win the Super European League, they come first, but they don't finish top of their country. So that means the winner of the league that year wouldn't be in the Super League.
mm,
To me, they should have a chance to um to defend their title. If you understand where I'm coming
yeah,
from.
yeah,
And if I
it's
win it
true.
the next year, I'm not gonna feel good because I didn't beat the best team in Europe that year.
Exactly. The same thing back to the competition, the water down. So obviously it means less. You understand? It's almost like you use Usain Bolt and you're going racing against
Mm-hmm.
paraplegics. Of course you can win. You understand? How you could really feel good winning that when you're racing is an unfair
Mm-hmm.
race. But my aspect too on it from the fan perspective, especially as somebody that living in Barbados, I can't go to games,
Yeah.
is
Okay.
that it, I like to do both sides of the coins. So it could got the potential whereas let me say they do it like it's not just home and away games, but they're floating around. So we might see a game in Abu Dhabi, like how the UFC went to Abu
Yeah.
Dhabi. We might
Mm-hmm.
see
China,
matches in the Caribbean, China,
Australia.
exactly. Like
Yeah.
how we had the
Mm-hmm.
World Cup that was so big and massive for the Caribbean when we had the Cricket World Cup. So you may see those
Yeah.
type of things. But still it's the same thing whereas it comes watered down and I think it will become watered down too over time because if these same people just interested in the money
Mm-hmm.
players in the initial part when they're trying to farm it they will get the salaries but you know what I believe in
Yeah.
happen I believe that the
But you
salaries will go along after a while
mean they're gonna be a cap
because
as in basketball?
exactly and that is what they were
Mm-hmm.
saying in the press release about I can't remember exactly what it is about financial structure and something more sustained. Let me see if I can find the exact word where I think that is what it's talking about. Yeah, clubs will be
But to
signing
me,
up
that's
to
the
a
club's
spending
fault in the first place
framework.
for offering those salaries.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
And right now in the beginning, right, I believe that the clubs will get not sorry, not the clubs, the players will get enticed by big money
Yes.
signings. But over time, the same reasoning as to why they want to do this to play for the money is why then they will put a cap on how much the players can earn. You understand? And then now too, if you get the ramifications um, where basically competition ain't at the heart of it, it's almost like the quality of the football could potentially drop too, because people ain't fighting for something that they're passionate to win no more. They're just fighting for a paycheck. You
Exactly.
understand?
Just like the NFL. Like look,
Exactly.
look at the example, the Dallas Cowboys.
Hmm.
Them is supposed to be the biggest NFL team in America, right? You know them is
Yeah.
never when last they win the Super Bowl.
Exactly. Exactly. And so it's just a case about selling shirts, and
Yeah,
you're a franchise, and you are big in terms of name only, but it's not based on sporting merit, and that is basically where
correct.
we
And I
go
know.
to. And you know why I
Mhm.
don't believe it could work, or not why I don't believe it could
Yeah.
work, but what's the problem with it is that them trying to do the
Mhm.
same type of NFL model. However, you
Yeah.
don't got the NFL base. So the
No.
thing that drives NFL is the sorry, not to cut you off, but the thing that drives the NFL and the Dallas Cowboys that you're saying is the local fans. But if you're taking it
Hmm.
international, you don't have those local fans to bring the passion to it. It can just be tourists and stuff like that that just going on for whatever the reason.
I can't hear you.
No, I was just saying that it might be tourists that just going for whatever reason.
Cutting in and out.
Um, you can hear me now? All right. What about now?
I still can't hear you.
All right, let me see what's going on here on my mic. Yeah, you can hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
All right, cool. I think I missed something. Unplug my mic. But what we're saying is that,
Uh,
yeah, what we're saying is that, hold on a minute.
mhm.
What we're saying is that in terms of the model that they
Mhm.
have, the reason why it will be difficult for it to work, in what they're trying to do is because Dallas Cowboys have a model where at the end of the day, they live in their city, so they have their fans there to back them.
Yeah.
Whereas with the international fan, is not the same passion that the international fan will carry. Assuming that local fans of the clubs don't back this and they actually go through with the
But I
condemning
don't.
and what's not and boycotting.
Yeah, but I don't think the local fans want it because if they move, say Arsenal playing Real Madrid and they want to put that in Miami to play, how the local fan? Not all the local fans will be able to travel to Miami to watch the game, and that's what they're
Yeah,
looking at.
yeah.
And to
But
me, these owners have so much power. Yeah, and to me, these owners have so much power. To me, it's even scary that they can move the whole club to another country. That's what it's looking like
exactly,
to me.
exactly. It's the same thing in the NBA. Like you will see a club at one point in
Yeah,
a particular place and just up and carry it to another state, another country, another city. Well, not another country, but another city. Like it's
yeah,
crazy. I don't remember the time we was talking about the same thing about having a player union in football, and this is where it will
yeah,
condemn the FIFA and UEFA and the Premier League and those type of things because they wanted the power for themselves. So nobody never
yeah.
decided that well we can do a players union so that the players can have a voice as well. Because if the players had a voice, things might be a little different. Because a lot of players
Yep.
may not want something like this, especially to the vast majority of players are not elite. So if you need a majority vote,
So
it can't happen because this
yeah,
this competition is only for the quote unquote elite.
Yeah,
So they just be a
and if
finite
you check
amount.
the team, correct. And if you check, like say the Barca's, the Reals, the Bayern, or Bayern in it, but like the Barca's, the
Yeah,
Reals, the City, the Chelseas. How much elite players they have in their starting 11? You can't tell me
exactly.
all 11 is elite.
Nope, not at all. From the player perspective too, is really a tough position to be in because obviously them sent it
It,
to play a game. They sent it to be an
yep.
athlete to work out and take orders and take instructions on the field and be done with that. It's not to be an activist. It's not to fight with
Nope.
power. It's not none of that. So it's like I really don't envy somebody like Ole or Rashford that was just feeding all of these children and trying to fight the same government that they want to end
Yeah.
school meals. But no, the government, but this is the hypocrisy in it too, you know. And that's why you can't all the way be supporting the English government. I was not. When Marcus Rashford wanted to continue doing the school meals, they wanted to end it. And they didn't want to do it. He even had to go and do the petition to bring it back. Right? No, they didn't want
Yes.
to spend that little money to feed the children. But no,
Yeah.
that the Premier League, they've got a whole moral high ground on it. The same people a couple of months ago that they want to feed children, you know, that they want to feed children in their own country. You understand?
Did
So is
yep.
that hypocrisy of it, and it's almost like it's just karma coming back for them for all the foolishness that I was doing for so much years.
Yeah. And don't get me wrong, FIFA crooked too, Don't get me
Yeah,
wrong. Them just vexed that they ain't getting a share of the pie no more. Same thing with the
exactly.
English government and the Spanish government. They ain't getting a piece of the pie no more.
Mm.
But
But there's something that Wenger.
and to
Hmm?
me,
I listening.
yeah, listen, these are I was saying,
Oh,
and to me, they say there was having they're having discussions.
yeah,
Any I can tell you this. If the Super League founding members pass off some money yearly, this going ahead, Once they get money in
yep.
their pockets, this going ahead.
Because as they say in the press release, they're looking forward to working with FIFA and
Exactly.
what's not.
But
So all it is, right, is as you say, it's just a shift of power. So it going
yes.
from the organization and UEFA being the controlling factor to it being we are the clubs, we are the entities that bring the eyes to the fan model or to the TVs. So we want the control to do what we have to do, which I have no problem with because they all for
Yeah.
ownership. You understand?
Me
You own
neither.
the thing,
Cool.
that's your prerogative. But it's just the way
Yeah.
that they're going about it and the fact that
Yes.
you know that these people don't have competition and the soul of the game at heart. So you know that
No.
even right now it's bad, it could even get worse. You
Yes.
understand? It could get even worse going down the line. It's just like how in the NBA, I cannot remember how much percentage of the revenue the NBA players is get, but it's minuscule compared to what these owners just be getting.
Get
Minuscule. You understand? But even that's way too where they had the chance, the Prem, they had the chance to do something like Germany and bring in fan ownership. So in Germany, the fans got
yeah.
the fans got rights to the club. Also,
But this
this is mhm.
I thought Real Madrid had that too, and Barcelona. They ain't have
Real
rights to the
Madrid a
club too.
bit different.
Okay.
What Real Madrid is that okay? So Manchester United is a publicly traded company, so you got shares. I can't remember
Yes.
exactly what it's called, but in Barcelona and Real Madrid, they have members. So you have members that would then vote in the president. So, but then the president could do whatever he feel like doing, regardless. But it's just that the president chosen by democracy rather than how we could just get by anybody who wants to put up the money and the
Mm-hmm.
owner at the time sanctioned the sale. So that's a bit different. So feasibly, what
Okay.
we could see happen is that the president of Barcelona and Real Madrid now in 4 years or 5 years, however long their tenure is, then if a new president get voted in, then them could say, yeah, we out of the Super League. But obviously, 4 or 5 years down the road, that's pretty much done dead. That's too late. But for Barca, because Barca just had a president, as you will know. I don't know when Real Madrid drew for another president, but Yeah, that's what just a bit
Yeah,
slightly different. It's still a democracy in terms of the members voting and who they want to run it, but still
hmm
the president could do
yeah.
what he feel like once he get in there, basically.
All right. And them clubs crooked
Yeah,
too, Barca and Real.
yeah. The same clubs that you wait for the back in all these years, because you know we don't believe that the rest the
Exactly.
bias towards them Spanish clubs,
The rest of the bias
especially
towards them.
when Barcelona was in the heyday. Mm.
Yeah.
But in terms of the on field, the on field, I guess possible blowback. You think that the quality of the football could drop, or you think it will remain the same?
Well, I think it'd be better because
Mm,
that means once one of the clubs in the Super European Super League goes for the lower league teams, man gonna jump.
mm,
You can't tell the man gonna say no. Like if
yeah,
if this was happening when Arsenal was going in for Vardy, you feel Vardy saying no, no, Vardy ain't going.
yeah. You see, I say that I say well, obviously you got two sides to the coin, and I don't know what I think at the moment. I just know that you got two realities or two possible outcomes. I should say. It is as you
Mm-hmm.
say, it could go the way that they just buy all the top talent and the competition have all the top players and they go that way. Or it could go the way of the Chinese league. You remember we had a couple years ago Chinese league, but not everybody, all the big names. But
Yeah.
the Chinese league is still garbage. The
Yep.
Chinese league is still garbage. Like if these people so much concerned about their financial model that they would do this, I don't believe that, especially in the long run, they might just do it now to appease the fan. But I don't believe that in the long run, they may continue to invest in players. So this year you might see Manchester United buy Haaland with the Super League money, or you might see Arsenal buy whoever with the Super League money. But because there's so much about the bank, but as it goes along with time, you will see that they stop doing that with the Glazers. We saw Ronaldo and they went and buy what is the buy? We saw Ronaldo and they went and bought
Was this
Antonio Valencia.
oh Wigan? Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Antonio Valencia with the Ronaldo money. Then people like, oh, Batan. Oh no, anytime we want a one, two, three, four, five, and we got a target of players, all the ex managers they say, no, we don't ever get first, second, or third choice. We begin fourth and fifth. Because the guys just go for the cheaper option. So there ain't no doubt in my mind that these greedy bastards get over time decide that they're stopping investing because at that point, you know, they already established what they want to establish the revenue coming in. They don't need to keep the competition high. They
Mm-hmm.
just need to got the name and the brand of Manchester United on the press or Barcelona or Arsenal, Chelsea, yada yada. They don't need to have the competition to tell you. So I honestly believe that it could possibly go that way. That in the initial phase we get to see Ronaldo and Messi and Neymar, whoever together if they play, and then over time it becomes that you're seeing one or two of them, just like in basketball. In basketball, you got Harden, um, Durant, Kyrie on the team, and then everybody else is role players. They just ain't that good.
Yeah.
Whereas now with football, you was got us playing the players
You
all
the
the
whole
time.
team.
Exactly. Usually you just got two good centre backs, a good left and right back, a solid midfielder, and two or three good attackers. And then you might got some other players that's just sixes and sevens out of ten. I believe that with them model, you
Mm-hmm.
can got three tens out of tens, and then bare fives out of
Yeah.
tens, six out of tens. And it would just be about them taking and siphoning the money until the point where I guess it flop. Maybe if it flop, and you know what they're gonna do, sell the club because then the ranks it dry. So
And
I
another
don't
thing
know.
too.
Yeah.
Another thing is when they want to get rid of players. You feel if I get this European Super League getting that money, and you want to sell me to Leicester, I ain't going. I'm not
But the thing
going.
is too is that
So
they
that gonna
probably
cost me
can't do
too.
it. They probably can't do it because if the Premier League boycott them, I don't really I don't see Premier League. Well, let me tell you that about maybe they can. I was saying that maybe the Premier Leagues won't even engage with them. They'll be like, all right, I ain't buying none
Oh,
of your players. I got my players from elsewhere. But this is such a,
mm-hmm.
a black hole. You don't know what can happen, to be honest. You don't know what can happen. But you see the same thing with fans too. I guess this is the drawback of the pandemic. The pandemic showed these guys that we really don't need fans. All we need is TV rights. If we can
Yeah,
get the TV to pay the money,
yeah,
that's all we need. That's all we need because
yeah. But because there's more fans out there watching on TV that go to the stadiums.
exactly. It's just globalization, which is fine. I don't have a problem with that. It's just my thing is about the competition. So if you have no fans in the ground and you still got the fake noises, like everybody's watching on TV and you get accustomed to this thing over the last year with the pandemic. It's fine. And the quality of football hasn't dropped because this myth, I never believed it though, but this myth that players can't get up for games because fans in there, to me, it was always foolishness. These people are professionals, them can play regardless. You understand? But it's still kind of disrespectful that you got people that don't care about the game, wasn't part of building the game, that just looking to tear down everything about it because you know what? I happen to afford to buy this club or what's not.
Yeah,
So it could just be a slow death of what we know as competitive football. To be honest, obviously football will be football. You kick a ball, you run up and down, score goals, yada yada. But it's the competition aspect of it, and it's just the elitism of it that you were saying about too.
yeah. It's not
Mm,
fair.
yeah.
Cause you you
Mm,
ain't given a chance for another team to build its legacy. You see how Arsenal built its history over the course of years and years, same thing with Mario. You know, less than the next 100 years can become one of us by winning things back to back, but you ain't getting that chance.
exactly. A team that won the Premier League a couple of years ago, and a team now that in the
Yeah,
FA Cup final, sorry, semi final, or is it final? Right, wherever they're in. Like
yeah, final
it's
city, yeah,
crazy.
city.
Yeah, it's crazy to know that that is what could be going on, and then it's like I don't know. It's just all over the place to be honest. I never thought I would see the day that something like this happening where you got competitive sport and you're trying
Yeah,
to take away the competition from it. And it's like I think Arsene Wenger had said it too, where as you said just now, everybody should got a chance to dream to be a champion and to get to a certain level. Anything to do with elitism, and it come back from the same American ownership thing where they're trying to bring in their model, where it's almost like
yeah,
I don't want to say a call the race card as two black men here, but it is born out of the premise of racism, where it's just about elitism. I believe that I better than you. So because I'm Man United, even though I ain't helped build this history,
yeah,
even though Concrete ain't helped build this history, Glazers ain't helped build this history, the Fenway Group at Liverpool ain't helped build this history, we believe that we better than uh, Leicester. We believe that we better than whoever the case may be. The only person that got a right to feel a certain sort of way in there is Abramovich because he took Chelsea from being nothing to being a
to something.
powerhouse in the Premier League. But these other guys
Mm.
that all them do, well, not the Fenway Group because them invest and then win the Champions League and Premier League. But especially the Glazers and especially Conky, where these men just
Corgi
come
do
in and
nothing
tear down the club and just look the club and would not invest or invest wisely. These men have got no right to decide that they want to destroy what the foundations of the club are. It's madness.
And to me, you see how, uh, if you check it, most of the teams in the Super League have a history of winning things right. I
Yeah.
want to know how Tottenham get in there. Look at Everton's
Tottenham.
trophy captain, Aston Villa,
Yeah.
Leeds. They have one
Yeah.
more thing than Tottenham.
Yeah.
So you know it's about money.
Exactly. And it's about a name too, and I guess was cool now because
Yeah,
you know what? At the end of the day, the Spurs fan base right now is a London team. Them got more draw than some of these other
in
better
London too.
historical clubs. You know, them got expressions out there doing thing on the internet, building the fan base and going to voice, being loud, and some things that is just be it. Not to even this Arsenal, but over the last, even United to a lesser degree, but United and
Yeah,
Arsenal have not been the
we
same
haven't done
powerhouses as
nothing.
before.
No,
I mean, I still finishing higher than you, but hey,
that's no. That's no.
no, but exactly, but this
Go ahead.
happening now, so that's how we could go on.
Yeah.
But it's just ridiculous to be honest, ridiculous, and it's like to touch back though on the prem and how it's kind of like karma. Like the model that they had was not sustainable at all. That is where a lot of clubs went into where they went into administration, and a lot of clubs closed during the pandemic because they allowed teams to have a model that was based on debt because of the same greed, to be honest. Because the guys didn't want to use any money and invest in the teams, so they borrow money and then they make debt. Cool, but the premise who allow that? Because we all know financial fair play was garbage, and it get
Mm,
introduced way too late.
yeah.
So it's almost like, as I say, it's karma. It's karma.
Yeah, cause when the Premier League was introduced in 1990 or 1992, a
Yeah,
lot
I
of people
think
was
it's two.
against that too. A
Yeah,
lot of people was against that.
but at least you had the
Cause
competition
you're
aspect. With this year, say, yeah, listening.
true, true. Oh, cause if you realize the Premier League is owned, the Premier League is the Premier League. All right, the Prem owns the Premier League, but you know
Mm-hmm.
the Division One, Two, and Three is owned by somebody else. EFL, I think it is. It's not the same group, the
Okay.
same company that owns it. Yeah,
Mm. I didn't even know that.
yeah.
But when you think about them, I guess this would be one of the wrapping up points because we cover a lot on it today. But when you think about them banning players from FIFA and UEFA and those competitions.
To me, the players can't do nothing, so it don't make sense banning the players. To me, if you want to kick out the say like the Champions League semi-finalists is PSG, City, and Chelsea. If you and Real, I think it is. If you want to give the Champions League to PSG, cool, do your thing. That
Mm.
what I would do. And if the Prem want to kick out the top six, well, the big six, as they say, kick them out. So
Mm.
if I get kicked out of the Premier League, I can be vexed.
You see, the thing about this year, right, is that I don't agree with them stopping the competition this year. Let the competition that you're in right now go ahead.
Oh, me play out.
So go, yeah, play out the competitions. That'll be fine. But my thing about kicking out people out to the UEFA, fair enough. If that's what you want to do, cool. I guess at the end of the day, if you're in the Super League and you're not being in the Champions League anyhow, so it don't really matter. But in terms of kicking out players out to the Prem, my thing about that is that could really backfire on the Prem. It could
And
really
Prem,
backfire on the Prem
yeah,
because right
it
now
would.
the model is that they want to replace the Champions League, not the Prem. Because I still believe that they would need, at this point, how it is right now, they would still need the Prem to basically push the
The Super League.
culture exactly to
Mm,
make the Super League entertaining. If the Super League is the only thing and you don't have the fans from the Premier League, it basically becomes a bit watered down. So then now it gives them an opportunity to come and say, you know, well, since we get Kakuti Prem, we can create our own Prem. So we can create
yeah,
a league now where you play twice. It's not basically a cup competition. We can create a more league
yeah.
competition. So it's almost like you kicking them out, giving them more power to do what they want to do. Especially when you got funding from the JP Morgan Chase Bank. Uh, I can't remember how much the rates was, 5 billion or 10 billion, some crazy amount. When you
Yeah,
got that type
five
of
billion.
funding, and that's another American bank, as you will see, because this is a
Yep.
whole American plot. This is crazy, but when you got that type of funding, they could easily create a league. They could
Yeah.
easily create a league because you know that when you go and give a man a certain X amount, 100 million, cool. People got to provide for the family. People looking after the children, 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 children. People get to the money. So it's almost like kicking them out to the Premier League could really backfire on them and kicking them out of the FIFA
Champions League.
competitions, yeah, the Champions League and the World Cup and
Oh,
what's not.
got. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and it's crazy because they could just create their own, and it's just a case. It's again of one power hand, the power switching to another hand.
Yeah.
Mm. But you got anything else that you want to add on it or that come to mind?
Oh, you see Bayern Munich and PSG and Dortmund decline, right? You feel
Yeah.
that they'll come around and join it?
The thing is, right? I will have to see why they decline. I don't know about
Yeah.
I don't know about PSG ownership structure and the French teams, but I know that in Germany the fans got a great influence. So maybe it's the fans over there that blocking
That
it, and it could be the owners and stuff that want to go ahead with it. But I honestly, it could go. Obviously, it could go one or two ways. Either they back it or they don't. But it's like at the end of the day, if this goes through, eventually they can come in because what you
yeah.
can do, you can just dwindle off into obscurity. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
as it is, the Bundesliga is not a heavily watched league, so
Nope.
what you can do, you want got the Champions League to supplement you because the Champions League can become one of them. Then you probably go to the Super League. And by that time, it can be too late because Bayern Munich may not be a founding member. I mean, they may not care because this is the thing about it, right? And where you've got to look at certain things. Notice that who ain't in it? The French teams and
Mm-hmm.
the German teams. Now, if the prerequisite to qualify for the Super League is to win your league, who is win the French league all the time? PSG.
PSG.
Who is win the Bundesliga all the time? Germany. Not
Bayern.
Germany, Bayern
Yep.
Munich.
Bayern.
So they could
Yep.
afford to act like, oh, we morally got this high ground and say, more often than not, we can qualify for this competition anyway.
Mm-hmm.
So even though they may go on in it, you never know. It might be a little political stance to where them saying, we could be one of five teams to go in the competition anyway. Let me just not aggravate with fans and see what happened. So I don't know. You think they enjoy that the money will
I,
eventually talk?
I don't know. I just know PSG. I think PSG got some rights to the Champions League.
Mm,
Something so I read. So that's why I feel they didn't join.
mm, mm. And then on the Bayern Munich front, it might be the fans, or it could be the same thing where I don't know because it's hard for me. You would like to believe that Bayern Munich ain't winning it or PSG didn't go in it because they have this moral high ground. They love competition and that type of stuff. But
Yes.
at that level,
It's not.
these billionaires and multimillionaires, I don't
Nope.
think they main thinking about that. That's we
Nah.
as fans that thinking about that. You understand? These are passion merchants. I
Yeah.
don't know. I don't believe that them owners studying like that because the business for them. You see, even in Man United and Man City case, like we don't have a name Man United FC anymore. The name is Man United.
True. Yeah.
So it's like,
Yeah. We Arsenal in the
uh,
FC no more. This Arsenal.
mm,
Yeah.
so so I don't know. I guess you will see it as it's just disheartening to be honest, because we was planning this channel for days, weeks, months,
Yeah.
looking forward to a launch, and to now see that you even got this cloud over something that you spent years enjoying. I don't know, but hopefully it all works out for you better.
It's true.
All right, so I guess we can wrap it up there.
Yeah.
All right,
Good
well,
talk.
yeah.
It's good
Anybody
talk.
that
Yeah.
will be watching,
Good.
thanks for watching, and more content coming soon.
It's true.
All right, peace out.